We are live, kind of our first feed, so we're going to let this thing filter out a little bit and see how we do this thing. We're all new at it, but we're excited to get going on it. So we're going to, let a few people in. Maybe you guys can kind of walk around the new 18 early release while we get some people coming on. You guys are good. We have anybody? Anybody there? Yeah? Cool. We're going to just kind of go over a few things on this brand new 18. The early release, first thing that you want to know is we've got a couple of them here that are ready for sale right now. So we're going to take one out and demo it tomorrow. Hopefully we can get a bunch of people set up to do that. We're planning on doing that at Candy Creek in the morning, so we will try and post up on our Facebook details for that. We're thinking right now probably like maybe a 9 a.m. meet in the morning at the parking lot, get some people up, get them on the snow with the new sled. So other thing we want to know about this early release is this is the only color scheme that if you like it, which it's a very nice color scheme, this matte gray with the green and black, is the only way we're going to be able to get this sled for this year. So if you do want this, there are a couple left. We've got two in a 153 3-inch and a 162 3-inch on the new platform. So one of the main things, if you guys have had cats, if you're a cat lover like myself, these new panels are very nice. 2 clicks on either side. If you didn't get that, they just kind of click back and forth. And there's a couple pieces. We've been popping it from this side, and this rolls over. We found that the easiest way to slide this panel is just when it's not all the way down, as much as just a little bit right here, and it pops out, comes right out. So if you see the inside of that panel, just 2 nice new tabs slide in, and then the only other guy to look at is this guy, and he grabs right on the back. So when you put that panel back in, slides into the back, bring it up a little bit, and if you guys can get the camera right here, all you got to do is just get it around that little guy right there, and then it snaps back and you click right back on. So really nice new panel setup for cat. We really appreciate that. If you need to get the belt side, a couple cool things that are going on in here is Arctic Cat's done a brand new what they call a roller bearing technology they've had in their 4-wheeler for a long time. So we don't at the shop anymore have to set up and align these clutches, shim them or anything like that. We've found that running this thing in the snow so far is the engagement's a lot lower than before, so you don't have a harsh start. It's going to help a lot in the trees, boondock, and stuff like that, so you're not going to dig out right away. What they're doing is they're using a rapid response 2 clutch primary, and the belt is different. So you guys out there that have cats at this point in time, the belt is different. We're not quite sure if I think it's a newer compound, but the belt number is different, just so you know that. Still running on the same clutch that we have been in 16 and 17, so the rapid reaction secondary, the translation of power down into the track is very, very smooth. Like I said, we're engaging at, I think it was like 3150, 3200 RPM, so about 500-600 different than stock clutching from the last couple of years. As you move back, if you guys can kind of get that, and I'll switch sides. Instrument cluster, if you guys have seen the M6s or M6000s in the past, this is a lot like or exactly like the M6000 gauge. Way different than the M8 gauge. So we're going to have a lot of different things that are going to be on here, which are kind of nice. You can use a split screen. You had altimeter, RPM, intake temp, exhaust temp, engine temp. We're also going to have a low oil light and reverse indicator, mileage, trip 1, trip 2. So you have to keep track of where you're going for how long. Everything in the handlebar assembly is really a lot the same. Still fixed steering post as we've been doing the last couple of years. Center grab handle. You can do it in electric start. Neither one of the ones that we have electric start, just push button reverse. And then the rest of the controls are all exactly the same. The seat is the same as last year, just their mountain seat, real lightweight, real short, stubby, nice to get out and around. The back is the same. This bag is new. A little bit of a toolkit fits in there nice. Obviously you can still rack on the back, stuff like that. One thing that we want to talk about though is in the suspension, The float action is a lot the same, but totally different at the same time. So our rear shock, what Arctic Cat has done, it added an inch. So through the stutter bumps and stuff like that, the volume is larger in that shock. So it actually, the track is absorbing more. A little bit better articulation. And the fact that we've got a front mount cooler, or front heat exchanger, excuse me, doesn't carry any of that hot sticky snow back into the tunnel. So when we scissor in the mountains, all that snow's gone. It's a nice attribute to that float action suspension. We're still running on a 3-inch power claw track. They are going to be available in 2.5 or 3-inch. So for those of you who don't know, the 2.5, obviously the paddle will get shorter, and then we'll grab extra fingers in the center here. On a 3.0 power claw, we just go separate paddles, nothing in between. This thing in the snow is awesome. Run the Mountain Cat for, you know, quite a few hundred miles, and with the drop and roll chain case that they did in the Mountain Cat only last year, you can really pick up on how fast this thing comes up on the snow versus their pro chassis of the past. So one thing that you'll notice right away if you haven't ridden this drop and roll chain case is the angle of attack is much lower. So if you look at the angle of attack into the snow versus that of their older sleds or of any other sled, this thing, just as soon as you start to massage into the throttle a little bit, it comes right back up onto the snow. So very nice there. Again, with these panels coming off, just take that top piece, and that'll pull out. Take that out. Oil reservoir is the same. One of the beautiful things about the all-new heart that is in this that we all have been waiting for is that we're consuming 36% less oil. 36 or 30%? I think it's 36% less oil, under 7,000 RPM. So even on initial startup, when we start up our 53 that we have in demo, that we'll have out on the snow tomorrow, a lot less oil. We're going to be in an enrich mode for a little bit. There's a 3.5 mile break-in period before it actually came off of a governed mode. So just know if you get a new one, there's going to be a little bit of a break-in period, not too long. Biggest thing with this is the power on the bottom is noticeably different right away. For sure, coming off of the 2017 Mountain Cat onto this platform, the bottom end power was noticeably different, very crisp, moved to 50mm throttle bodies, and they did a tuned wide pipe. The product testing that these guys have been doing is evident. I know that's one thing that everybody wants to do is get out, ride this thing. Is it really? Are all the videos online? You know, are they kind of made up? Are they good? Are they bad? I can tell you that our experience so far that there's a lot more bottom power and a lot more power that carries through that. So it's going to be exciting to see what this thing will do in the deep snow for us. We haven't done that yet, so we're going to do that tomorrow with hopefully a bunch of you guys. So we'll see what that's like in application out in the field, but I can tell you just from the initial stuff that we've done so far, it's very different. We did do a shorter, Arctic Cat did a shorter windshield this year. You could have ordered those in years past, but it's coming stock this year. Much leaner, really aggressive feel. I don't know, even if we put this panel back on, one of you guys can stand just right over top of it and get kind of a bird's eye view. You get kind of an idea of how nice those panels go on. So much quicker and easier than the old panels for sure. So what we've done is, or not what we've done, what Cat's done is it's 10% narrower, but the nice thing about that is if you stand over this thing, it's so much leaner this way. Standing over it with a different windshield and cluster does give it a different feel. The nose feels about the same, but right here, it's quite a bit different, and then back in this body panel is quite a bit different. So what ends up happening, because these guys have done so well, is that this whole line from your front spindle all the way back is flat, and now that we're rolling into the side hills, it just lays down, and it's going to take and make that washout when you're in harder snow less. I mean, it's going to push that track out less. So tracking on this, even though in the Mountain Cat was fantastic, this is going to be better. So pretty excited to see what that's like. Front end's still the same. Okay, so when we moved to this front end, it actually helped a bunch. very adjustable up here, so depending on where you guys want to start, we have adjustments in and out, so you can actually set the stance that's going to be proper for your riding capability. We've been riding the Mountain Cat all the way in, and it is very flickable. It comes and rolls right over. The nice thing, and this is set in the middle, but it just sets over and keeps a really nice side hill and tracks. The balance of this machine is fantastic. So, really excited to see what it is like in the deep snow. So hopefully you guys liked the little walk around. If you got any questions, just message us. Again, we're gonna try to do the Candy Creek thing tomorrow morning. I think we'll try to start at 9 o'clock up in the parking lot. So message us, let us know if you wanna be involved, and we will meet up tomorrow and see what this new cat will do. Thanks, guys.